put your phone on silence, please, because you know that you don't want to be the one up here hearing telephones going off while you're talking. Please.
So you have a good cop, bad cop situation here, people. But we're going to make it happen. All right. Oh my gosh. So David's going to need that, probably that space there,
And also the
I
slide.
think. So David Pogue has arrived. And, what's that? Oh, yeah. And we have one of his books. So you probably know David is a New York Times columnist. For 10 years, he's been a columnist. He spoke last year at Kids at Play as Grandfather Pogue from the future, and he accurately predicted a lot of key trends. And so I just saw him in the hallway, and he's aged, come down quite a bit. So David is a writer. He's also a geek, and he is a true geek. He loves technology. Look at this guy. I mean, he's wired and always is interested in technology from the beginning, the real deal. And he is also very insightful. That geekiness has made it so that he has uncovered a lot of key products before their time, and he calls it like it is. And resources, editorial resources like David are getting increasingly scarce, and so he's very important to our ecosystem of information. The last thing you may not know about David, because he doesn't talk about it a lot, is he's a dad. And he knows a lot about kids because he lives with them. So I was very surprised to hear that he also wrote a book. I don't know how he has time to do this. Scott Traylor brought this. So this is Scott's book, and how did you do this?
It's weird, a publisher called me up out of the blue and said, have you ever thought about doing a children's book? And I hadn't, but then one morning I woke up in that half-groggy state, and I had this complete book idea, the plot, this whole idea for this book in my head, and I wrote to her, the editor, and said, this could be really stupid, or it could be really unusual and good. And she liked it. So the joke is, the book was about to come out, I finally got to meet her and all the people at the publisher, and the head publisher guy says, so tell us how this came about. And the editor says, well, it was all a big misunderstanding. I'm like, what? And she goes, well, I thought he would want to write a book about a kid Inspector Gadget, like someone who's into electronics. But he wrote this book about a girl who discovers that she has a magical power, but a trivial, useless, stupid one. She can make an egg spin when she pulls on her earlobes. That's it. And so he didn't get the memo that it was supposed to be about gadgets. So it was all a big mistake.
Cool. Really very cool. So we're going to hear about, actually I don't know what we're going to hear about, but it's going to be fun. And so we'll get this squared away.
What we get.
Okay.
Anyone here know anything about technology?
Here. Here, just plug it.
That's too late.
So in the Mommy Tech schedule, we've done some shifting, right? You got it? Is that what you got to do? You got to go boom?
Yeah. It's like the Kinect. It's a new gesture-based.
Nice. Willed it to happen. David Pogue, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming.
Can't in the lights?
No, it's ridiculous. Consumer electronics show. Hey, guess what? No internet either. So.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stand here and tell jokes. So first of all, I was supposed to be here at 11:45, and I feel so bad. I screwed up. I'm really, really sorry. And I've never done this, at least not this badly. And so my apologies to everyone who is embarrassed for my sake. And I will make it up to you in the following way. I wanted to give everyone here a gift for your patience and understanding. It was either the Sony NEX5 or a complimentary "What should I buy?" or Fix My Printer email personally from me at any time in the next 6 months. Pogue@nytimes.com. It won't work unless you use the code 3.141596072. Anyway, so as Warren mentioned, I do have 3 kids, and they've taught me as much about technology as I know. And some of the things that are happening in the last 3 years has completely changed the landscape under our feet. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of those giant, magnificent changes and what it means to society and culture. Some of them are technology-based, like the app phone. The app phone is where all the interest is. I mean, the last time I wrote about one of those was like the Eisenhower administration. I mean, there's just nobody cares anymore. People say, oh, the app phone is like in between a cell phone and a laptop. And I say, no, it really isn't. That's a misunderstanding. Typical iPhone has all these components, input and output for audio and video, and touch screen, light sensor, proximity sensor, compass, gyroscope, Bluetooth. It's none of those things are in your laptop. So it's really a third complete new leg on the gadget triangle. And I don't think people are really appreciating that yet. And all these sensors and gadgets let you do things that have never been done before. All these apps that are coming out that would be impossible on a laptop or a desktop or a phone. You saw Bill Wang before performing on some of the amazing music apps. He's done Ocarina is the original and my favorite. And it couldn't work on a Nokia flip phone. I mean, you'd blow on it and nothing would happen. But there are all kinds of new crazy possibilities. I don't know if you're tracking augmented reality apps. These are apps that, there we go, that you see the video of what you're looking at, and it overlays information. So this is the London Tube. You point it down at the streets of London, it tells you what subways are under your feet. And then if you hold it up like this, if you change it to show you where to walk to get to the station for each line. It's connecting to the internet and using the tilt sensors and the proximity sensors to know how you're holding it and where you are. This one's called TwitterRound. You point it at a building, it shows you the icons of people on Twitter in that building right now. And then you tap one, and it shows you what that person is saying. Crazy, creepy stuff. This one uses facial recognition to match up with your address book and show you all his social media accounts. Totally mind-blowing. And and then and the mind reveals these are just the earliest ones. I'm colorblind and have been ridiculed since I was a kid because I would always wear clothes that didn't match. What I always wanted was a gadget that I could point a ray and it would tell me what color the shirt is, so I wouldn't wear a purple shirt with blue pants. And guess what? It's called Retina. It's $1. You point it at your clothes, and it tells you by name what color that clothes are. Yeah, do not wear. Really, it's my favorite shirt. So there's a new one that just came out that you have to get. It's $5, but it'll change your life forever. It's called WordLens. And what it is, it's an English to Spanish, Spanish to English translation. Except, here's where it gets crazy. You hold up the iPhone to the sign, and it replaces the words on the sign, same font size, lettering, lighting, shadows, everything. You're looking through this, and the words produced by aren't there anymore, and instead is the Spanish translation. Producio accio. I don't know why it's just amazing. You hold up to an exit sign in red glowing letters, and in red glowing letters it says salida. And you're like, no way! It's absolutely, it's augmented reality at its most exciting. You gotta see it. And where this could go, there's no telling. This is obviously something I just made up, but so it's not just the iPhone, it's all of these. It's Android phones, Windows Phone 7, Palm Pre. They all have app stores. The BlackBerry even has an app store. All of this, landlines are fading away. Landline service signups are down 30% in the last 3 years because name one kid getting out of college who gets his first apartment and signs up for home phone service. It doesn't happen anymore. Another huge effect is the dawn of Web 2.0. This is unlike Web 1.0 where we report, you decide, but you keep your mouth shut. On Web 2.0, the audience is the creator. So Facebook is the poster boy,